Jaguar.com. We have got two great guests joining us today via the magic of the old Skype. Yes, the Skype, Rooney. And go ahead and introduce yourselves, gentlemen. Tell us a little about yourselves.
Sure, I'll go first. My name is Daniel. I'm with Age of Ruin. I play guitar. And with me here today is Hendrik, our drummer.
Hello.
So Age of Ruin. Tell us a little bit about how Age of Ruin got started.
Sure. Well, we got started quite a long time ago, actually. This band started in 1998. A bunch of friends kind of got together and started playing music and did a lot of touring for several years up through about 2009 or 10. And like many people, we just kind of, well, I wouldn't say we broke up, but we just kind of fizzled out, took a hiatus, if you will, and then got back together in 2019 and started playing again. We just released a new EP called Thieves on Columbine Collective, based out of Northern Virginia.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about this latest project.
Okay, sure. We went in to record with a friend of ours named Mike Schleifbaum, who plays guitar in Darkest Hour. He's got a studio called the Riff Dojo, and it really just kind of started organically. We didn't know we were going to be recording a record when we started putting this together, and things started feeling like the old days, like Age of Ruin again, and we were like, let's do this. So we called up Mike in early 2020 and started scheduling some dates for pre-production, and pandemic hit us. And so that was very interesting. The whole creative process became, I would say, a little bit more stretched out, over time. Because we would go into the studio and lock down, drum parts, for example, and then we'd wait a couple weeks just to see if anybody got sick or if we, needed to. So it was really interesting. The whole creative process, having time to reflect in between, was kind of a unique experience for us. I'd say it turned out better because of it.
So how do we find Age of Ruin online? Where is the best spot to send fans who are wanting to check out Age of Ruin's music?
We're on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much all over.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We've got Age of Ruin with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So tell me about some of your musical heroes and influences.
Take that.
For myself personally, I'd say a lot of the stuff that's come out of DC, specifically like Damnation AD, Darkest Hour, that type of stuff, as well as like the old screamo stuff like Page 99. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, we take a lot of those influences from DC, from the hardcore scene. Of course, we're a metal band, so a lot of the melodic metal that you hear out of Sweden is really influential to us. At the Gates, In Flames, Soilwork, some of the other European bands like Carcass. And then, I would say primarily, though, this band is a rock band that plays metal. So we have a lot of just straight up rock influences too. Yeah. Clutch, everything from even old 80s metal,
That's awesome. It's Age of Ruin. They join us today here on our big broadcast. So is there an origin story for this name, Age of Ruin?
I wish there was. I can tell you, again, we started this band in 1998, so we were literally right out of high school. And I do remember sitting in my bedroom at my mother's house when we started this band, and we were kicking around names, and we were like, man, it would be cool to be like Age of something, and then it just popped in Age of Ruin. Kind of defining like a mood or like an overall sense of gloominess, you know what I mean?
That is awesome. It is Age of Ruin. They join us today here on our big broadcast. Age of Ruin, of course, Fairfax, Virginia. Tell us a little bit about the music scene where you guys are from.
Sure. I mean, we're pretty close to Washington, D.C., and so in between Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C., there's definitely a lot of shows, a lot of stuff happening. There's been some stuff going on down the street at a place called the Salisbury Center that we've been putting on some shows in Manassas here down the street from us. Yeah, it's a pretty tight-knit community as far as, up and coming like heavy bands.
What's great about DC is it's such a big city that there's always something to do. I really enjoy different scenes going around playing shows in different areas, and some of the scenes that are really fascinating to me are some of the smaller ones, where if someone sets up a show, it's really like a collection of different artists. So you get the skaters and the punks and the goths and like the rockabilly guys, and they're all there together having fun.
Yeah.
DC is such a big city that there can, any day of the week, you'll probably have a number of shows that people choose from. So one of the things that's kind of important to Hendrik and I and the rest of the band is when we do set up shows here, we try to bring that collective sort of attitude. We don't want to have a show that's just 5 metal bands stacked up right after each other pounding in the face. We like to give it a little bit of variety.
Yes, and I've attended many of those shows, so I can vouch. We used to, way back in the day, do Jiggy Jag TV at a place called the Blue Goat in Salina, Kansas.
Okay.
And they would do a lot of those type shows, and holy shit, after one or two of those style of bands, it's like,
yeah,
okay, I'm a little worn out here.
There you go. You know what we're talking about, right?
Yes, very much so. We've got a great group with us today, Age of Ruin. They, of course, are from the Washington, D.C. suburb of Fairfax, Virginia. They, of course, formed in 1998. They released a demo in 99. And their first album, Black Sands of the Hourglass, was self-released in 2000, and they've released this incredible new piece of business, and you can find it on Spotify and some of the other various places. So we're going to play a couple of your tunes. The first one we're going to play is And So Betrayed. Tell us a little bit about this track, and then we'll go to it.
Yeah, sure. This is a good one. Starts with a pretty driving guitar riff. It's almost got like a little bit of a Metallica sort of sound to one of the riffs in the verse, sort of gallopy, and then pulls into a chorus that's really, really heavy and driving. So I think you'll really enjoy it.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to do this. I'm going to place you on a brief hold here on Skype. We're going to play the track, and when we come back, we will keep chatting with Age of Ruin. And they join us this week here on your Sunday radio broadcast.
Flash for
That just kind of ends. That's quite the deal. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. Sunday radio show back in effect here on our big program. We are going to go back to the old skip Skype. Yes, the Skype-a-rooney. And I think we still have our guests. They join us live here on our big broadcast. It is Age of Ruin, and they are back with us. And look at that. We've added a member, apparently, to the conversation here. That or that's your personal security. I'm not sure which it is. Age of Ruin with us today here on our big program. So you guys have got a fantastic, fantastic sound. Tell us a little bit about your songwriting process.
We'll let Jonathan take that since he joined us. He's our other guitar player here with us.
I'd say we kind of just, we all have our own personal recording spaces at our houses.
Okay.
Sit there, if we brainstorm, we come up with cool riffs, we're just sitting there jamming, we track it, put some riffs in some folders and say, hey, here's some ideas. We'll put them up on a shared file on Google Drive, and we'll kind of look through them and say, hey, this song's pretty developed, it's pretty good, it's solid, let's work on this one. Or maybe this one needs a little work, we'll add a verse or chorus. This one. But basically we go through all the collection of riffs and various songs that we have, whatever stage they're in, and we develop them based on like what we like. So I'd say that's a lot of it.
Yeah, I had a friend a few years ago that I was playing with that I couldn't have said it better. He said, let's write the songs that we want to listen to.
That's awesome.
So that's basically what we
awesome.
do. If something's in our head, something that would really motivate one of us to, be stoked about music, then that's what we try to play. And we've always kind of felt that, that everybody's influenced by somebody else, you know what I mean? All the way back to the Beatles and Elvis, whatever. But no matter what, we're going to sound like us. It's going to sound like us playing what we play. So that's always been one of our philosophies, is not to try to pigeonhole something into sounding like something. We know it's going to sound like us when we play it. So I would say that's the core value that we go for, is just let's make sure it's something that we really enjoy and would want to share.
We have our current guest with us today, Age of Ruin. Our next guest coming up here in just a few moments here on your Sunday radio broadcast. Thanks for joining us this week here on 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, of all places. And, of course, our good friends of the Mix on Tuesdays. And you can find us each and every week over there at themic.fun for all of our music-related interviews. It is THEMIC.fun. And Age of Ruin with us today here on our big, big program, joining us via the magic of the old skip Skype. Yes, the Skype-a-rooney. So before we let you guys go, how do people correspond with you guys on social media, the websites, everything?
Well, I guess you can find us on themic.fun now. But yeah, you can hit us up on social media, on Instagram. It's This is the Age of Ruin is our handle. That's probably the easiest way between that and Facebook Messenger. We're on Facebook as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's Instagram.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you guys have been fantastic. The music is amazing. Thanks for making some time for us today. And I really appreciate you guys joining us today. And by the way, if you're watching us on if you're watching us live, or if you've just come in late, or you want to see this again, find us on BitChute, Rumble, on Facebook, as Johnny would say, YouTube, and of course, Clout Hub, whatever the hell that is. And you need to go over and check out Age of Ruin's video here, because this background that you guys have, that you guys are sitting in front of, is goddamn amazing. So what you guys have the perfect setup to do video interviews there. So so that is pretty badass. That is pretty badass. And you've got a better microphone than me, which is awesome. Well, gentlemen, keep up the good work. Really appreciated the time, and we will talk to you soon. You guys have yourself a very wonderful Sunday. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
There they go. Fantastic
Right.
band with us today. Age of Ruin. And our next guest is going to join us on the telephone.